is important. All right, so I'm Spencer,
I'm AJ.
and this is Make Weight Loss Work. So basically, what we're talking about right now. Sorry, I'm sweaty. I just got done working out. But what we're talking about is why diets do not work.
So basically, what happens is either during or after the diet, if it doesn't work, something's going wrong. And usually, we're going to focus mainly on pretty much after the diet and a big reason why it won't work, at least specifically in America.
Yeah. All right. So if you think about it, other countries, definitely poorer countries, they always have a lot thinner people than America. Almost every country does, actually. But the thing is, think about they go get their food. It's also smaller portions, but they'll go be active when they're work. They'll work, eat, they do things, they multitask. Now in America, we might go to Olive Garden or some other restaurant. We'll eat, and then we'll sit there and converse for 30 minutes about random daily topics and all that.
So basically, the big thing is food is becoming too much of a social event, and it's just, you have to do it. When you're chilling with people, you want to go eat. You want to go do it because it's fun.
It's fun.
Not because you need to be eating. And if you're doing that, you need to be doing that very, very rarely, where in America now it's becoming too accepted, and that's a big reason diets are failing. When fast food was made so that you just kind of go get it when you need to. You're late for work, you go get some fast food, and you get your ass to work. But people will, on their way home from work, they'll go get fast food, so they got extra time to go sit on the couch. Now, as nice as that is, you don't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, that needs to be like maybe once a month kind of thing.
And years, hundreds of millions of years ago, whatever, Neanderthals, all that, they didn't eat for fun. They didn't eat because they enjoyed eating. They ate because they needed to refuel to continue what they had to do. Now, and this is myself when I'm talking, reason I ate pizza a lot, it wasn't even that I loved eating pizza, it was that it was fun. You normally, will go to a friend's house, you'll be with a couple friends, who wants to order a pizza? It's just fun, you're in a fun environment, that makes pizza look more attractive to people.
And the fact, I mean, nobody really wants to be that one person in the group that says, "Nah, let's not get pizza. Let's go get some celery sticks."
Celery sticks and peanut butter.
And you don't do that, and that's almost looked down upon. I mean, if you take a step back and you look at it, it's almost like cigarettes were in the 50s. Nobody really knew they were bad, and if you didn't do it, you weren't cool. Now, I mean, that's how fast food is becoming, and that's because people aren't really using their own mind to step back and look at what's really happening.
And there's also those everyday things. Everybody has them where, you'll be going for like a week without eating bad, but you might have a friend's house to go to. You might be expecting to go to a party on the weekend. Now, they're going to have a bunch of bad food for you. What are you going to do? You're going to look at it. Maybe I'll just have one. Something like that. You end up having one, maybe another. I haven't eaten much today. And another. That's what happens. That's what happens to me. A lot of people.
That just, in the end, you are only really hurting yourself, but I mean, there's not too much you can do there, and pretty much what you have to do is you got to balance that out with your workout, and that's another big reason why the diets don't work. And it's because the way society looks at fast food. That's a big reason why the diets they're not working for people, because once they get off the diet, they're like, "Oh, well, I can go back to eating the way I did." No, that's how you got yourself in the
situation. Because I lost all this weight.
You're just going to end up gaining it all back. You need to keep, I mean, really no person needs that table sugar, and when they do, they need to really work that off. I mean, you might, a little bit here and there isn't too bad, but you need to probably be working that off.
And think about what happens when you go on a diet and you start working out. You start out, you normally eat something bad. You feel bad about yourself. So you're like, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to eat healthy, start working out. So you eat healthy for a few days, you start working out. But then one day you might say, I don't really want to work out. But I can eat healthy still. Well, when you're not working out, when you work out, that normally gives you a boost. Like, oh, I felt good, I can keep eating healthy. When you stop working out, you're like, why am I eating healthy? This isn't helping me that much. So that's also what happens to me. I didn't work out for a while, but I was eating healthy. I got off that track. Once I start working out, I feel better about myself. I feel like I want to improve myself, so I eat healthy.
Well, my problem usually ends up being is I don't even think about it. I mean, the way society puts it out now, I don't even think of eating pizza as bad. I don't think of everything that's in it. I mean, I don't see people really dying left and right from eating pizza as you do with cigarettes or something. It's not as obvious. So I won't even think about it, and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to be eating healthy, and I'm not. So, you always just kind of have to be thinking about that, and after you eat it, you really don't even feel good about yourself. You just, especially if you've been eating good, just eat good for a week, work out 3 to 4 times a week, and as long as you are eating healthy and staying good, you will see what I'm talking about when I say you don't enjoy pizza anymore. It's not good. It's not, you don't enjoy
Exactly.
that shit.
And the other thing I want to point out, eating healthy shouldn't be a diet. Eating healthy should be what you do. And when you go on a diet, you may cut back how many calories or carbs you eat, but everybody should be eating healthy. All the going to fast food restaurants once a week, that's, people will be like, oh, it's only once a week. It's not that bad for you. Well, it can hurt you in the long run more than anything.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. You should never have a schedule for when you're going to be eating bad. You don't say these are the days.
This is my cheat day.
Yeah, you don't do that. I mean, nobody. If you're trying to wean yourself off drugs, you don't say, well, I'll just start doing crack once a week.
This is my cheat day.
Yeah,
snort some crack.
You don't. I mean, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to get off of it. And when something comes up to it, when you have to do it, that's when you do it. That's your little cheat day. I mean, when you're in that bad situation, that you have to go ahead
and you got to think about people in the past, or people in other countries, what they go through. If you can't go for a week without saying, oh, I have a craving for chocolate. I mean, think about how many people haven't had chocolate or haven't had it in a while. You don't need chocolate. You can go eat yourself. Like today, I wanted some dessert so bad. I was in the store and I saw some dessert. But I got sugar-free, fat-free, carb-free Jell-O. That worked. It was sweet. I don't know how it was sweet, but it was.
So, basically, some bitch just had something.
Well, while he's thinking about that, that's basically it. Don't look at eating healthy as being on a diet. Look at that as your everyday thing. And, yeah.
Son of a bitch, it was like something pretty fucking good, too.
Another thing, don't be having social eating. That's what most people do, is socially eat. You hang out with your friends. I only hang out with my friends every once in a while. No, you're with your friends all the time. Now, if you're hanging out with your friends every other day, then you're going to be eating bad every other day. Now, unless, like, everybody has that friend that eats whatever the hell they want, and they don't gain weight. Brandon. That's our friend that does the same thing. Daniel too. But yeah. And if you're with them, those aren't the best people to be around when you're trying to eat healthy. And eventually you will get on that track where you can eat healthy on your own. It shouldn't even really be called eating healthy. It should be called eating, and it just so happens to be healthy.
Yeah, you should be eating. I think this is what it was. I don't even remember. I had a specific thing I was trying to hold on to. Anyway, it should just be just eating natural things. Anything that's really processed, you gotta stay away from that, because people after their diets, they don't really care anymore. They kind of start letting themselves go. They stop working out as much.
Yep.
And then they want to wonder how they went and got fat a second time. And I mean, at that point, there's no sympathy.
Exactly. Everybody's going to gain weight when they get older, because they get lazier. Their metabolism slows down. But I mean, you just start working out harder. You start pushing yourself to a new limit. And another thing I kind of figured out today, which it makes sense, don't say, okay, I'm going to work out at 3 o'clock, I'll work out at 7 o'clock. If you have free time and you're watching TV, do some jumping jacks during the commercials. Do like push-ups and do something you're not good at. Like if you can do 20 push-ups, don't do 20 push-ups. Try to push yourself, and maybe every commercial break try to up it, or improve your ability.
Yeah, but if you are not a person that can stay on a schedule, it's just kind of always all over the place. That's what you need to be doing. You have to kind of switch it up. When you're on a schedule, me personally, I feel like that's too. I don't like things being that set in stone. What I like to do is just say I'm going to work out once every day, and when I get to it, I get to it. But you got to make sure you get to it. If you're on a schedule, sometimes that's when I'll just start to get bored. I'm like, why am I even doing this? This is stupid. Especially when I'm running and I have to do circuit training, things that'll keep me entertained while I'm working out.
And everybody also hits that point where they'll enjoy working out for a few days, but people will be like, I've worked out so much the past few weeks, I don't have to work out today. I don't have to work out right now. And they'll start dreading the thought of having to go work out.
Yeah, you got to always be sure you're finding something that you want to do, because if you don't like it while you're dieting, you're not going to like it when you're done, and you're just going to gain all that weight back. I mean, it's not going to work well. Even after that 10-pound little challenge we did in that week, you can see it on our channel if you haven't seen it yet. Even after that, I didn't have that same motivation to work out. So I had to go and find something else that I like to do.
Yeah, and one thing, there's gonna be people that are athletic that are used to doing stuff like this. There's gonna be people that are really big that aren't used to doing things like this that want to lose weight. Now, if they can't do 5 push-ups, it doesn't matter. If one person can only do 5 push-ups, one person can only do 20 push-ups, and they each hit their limit, they're each pushing themselves as far as they can go. It doesn't matter. Which they should be improving that. They shouldn't be saying, "Oh, I can only do 5 push-ups, so every day I'm going to do 5 push-ups."
Yeah.
Add one.
So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, you just always don't ever think of it as just being a diet.
Yeah.
Think of it, I mean, you really do have to change the way you live. And, I mean, you can't really be thinking about what the rest of America's doing. Well, everybody else is eating fast food. I can eat fast food. You can if you like being fat. I mean, if you want to try to work your way back down in weight and you want to start looking better, you want things to be going right with the way you look, you need to be eating right.
Yeah, exactly.
And you will feel a difference. I just 1 week. Just 1 week, work out 3 to 4 times a week, but make sure they're good workouts, like just those short HIIT training ones that we talked about in our HIIT training video.
Yeah,
do that.
That's the
Eat
best.
right. I mean, just do that for a week, and you will feel a difference when you go back. If you go back to eating bad, sometimes some people will feel it immediately when they start eating good, and they'll feel more energized. That's great. I personally didn't. I didn't feel it until I went back, and I was just like, "Oh God, this sucks."
This is a terrible feeling.
Yeah, and so that's really what motivates me now to eat healthy.
Yep.
So, if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments, or better yet, send them to us, and we'll be sure to get back to you. If we get enough, we'll make a video. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Peace.